literacy, we're talking about something that a lot of English teachers need these days. You know that we've been, in the market for a long time, in the field of teacher training. And again, all the time we meet teachers in different courses and we talk to them and they tell us about what they need. They tell us also about the problems and challenges that they face at their schools, right? And this is what it's all about, right? I've received recently a lot of requests regarding a very specific course. And a lot of people said, Shadi, we want a course about this. It's not covered in CELTA. It's not covered in the TEFL course. We want Britishey to provide something that would cover that area. And this is what we've decided to do. We've been working on this project for a while now. And as we usually do at Britishey, we designed the course. And then we took the course to the British organization that we deal with. And then we asked them to check what we have designed and come up with. And if they're happy with it, they would say, okay, yes, that's a very good course. We're going to support it. We're going to release it out there in the market. And I'm really happy that this is something that we've been able to do recently. So again, what I'm talking about teaching literature. Okay? Right. Now let's talk about teaching literature and what we mean by that exactly. When we talk about teaching literature, we're talking about teaching drama. We're talking about teaching poetry. We're talking about teaching novels. We're talking about teaching graphic novels. We're talking about writing literature essays. We're talking about all that. And the problem that when you do a level 5 course, all these areas are not covered. So when you do your CELTA, when you do your TEFL, when you do your Cert TESOL, these areas are not covered, are not touched, because there is no time for these areas on such courses. That is problem number one. So most people who graduate from level 5 courses, and I'm talking about the TEFL course, the Cert TESOL from Trinity, the CELTA from Cambridge, this area is not covered at all. So that's a serious problem. That's a big problem. And the reason why it's a big problem is because there is a serious gap in the market. And what I mean by a gap in the market, nearly all international schools would require teachers to teach literature. It's part of the syllabus. And again, even teachers who finish their CELTAs and their TEFL courses, when they come across literature, they kind of have a shock. It's because they haven't done it before. They try to do it for the first time. And again, those teachers, start, learning on their own and doing a lot of researches in order to know how to deal with the syllabus at hand. And again, this is what we're trying to cover on this course for them. What we're trying to do is to give them something that would make them ready for international schools. Okay. Right. So again, someone might say, and this is the usual question that a lot of people ask me all the time. What would this certificate do to us in terms of professional development? Well, I would say, number one, think about the learning process. You're going to learn a lot of new things. And I'm going to get into details now. I'm going to talk about exactly what we're going to cover. And I'm going to talk about how the assessment would go on, right? But for now, number one, learning. This is what every one of us does all the time, right? We know that you will never be able to know everything, and we will live and die as learners, right? Fantastic. So that's number one, right? Number two, we know now, and I guess it's clear in the market, that someone with a CELTA certificate, someone with a TEFL certificate, someone with a Cert TESOL certificate lacks a lot of knowledge in the area of literature, which is an area that is required in most international schools. And to be honest, think about government schools as well. We've got the graded reader part. And a lot of teachers also don't know how to deal with graded readers in terms of teaching, right? Because graded readers also belong okay, to teaching literature, because these are novels. Right, good. So again, so that's the benefit here. Now, another benefit when it comes to career development, and I always say that some people keep asking me these questions, is because we keep releasing new courses all the time in the market at Britishey. And someone might say, Shadi, what is the benefit of taking this course? What would this course do to me in the market? And I would say, what is the benefit of being someone who stands out? Because that should be the question. If someone comes to me and say, Shad, why should I take this course? I would say, why should you stand out as a teacher? You have to be a unique teacher all the time, right? Because this is what the market needs. The market needs someone who is different. The market needs someone who can stand out, because a lot of people have TEFL courses. A lot of people have CILTA courses. A lot of people are already at level 5. But what makes you so special? You're so special when your knowledge is so special. That's the answer. And this is how you can guarantee that you're someone that a lot of people are running after for jobs. That's how you keep, your business going on, in a good way, right? And again, and that's why we decided, to design this course. Now, how did we design this course? Now, let me just remind you of something. On the CILTA course, you studied a lot of frameworks for teaching language. And this happens on the CILTA and in the TEFL course, right? Many frameworks. For example, for language, you study about 3 frameworks: PPP, TTT, TPP, text-based presentation. And then, when we go to skills, we have 1 framework for receptive skills, 1 framework for speaking, a couple of frameworks for writing. So all in CILTA, you have 7 frameworks for teaching that you study on the CILTA course. Now, let me surprise you. On how to teach literature, you will study 9 frameworks for teaching literature. I mean, 9. That's a lot, my friend. That's a lot. 9 frameworks for teaching literature. 9 different ways of teaching literature. So that is even more, far more than what you study on a CILTA course or on a TEFL course. Let me tell you something, and completely different. Like, they're not the same framework. Because remember, what you study on CILTA or on a TEFL course are frameworks for teaching language. But this is not what you're going to do on a how to teach literature course. On a how to teach literature course, the focus, my friend, is on teaching literature, not on teaching language, right? Okay, good. So, now, only these 9 frameworks is the course? No, not only that, but also think about, there will be a session focusing on how to teach drama, how to teach poetry, how to teach novels, how to teach graphic novels, how to write essays for the sake of literature, and also how to present a lecture. And when I say how to present a lecture, okay, that would lead us to also presentation skills. So again, inside how to teach literature, you're going to study presentation skills. Everything, like how you should stand, your body language, the techniques you should use in order to attract the attention of your audience, like from A to Z. This is included on how to teach literature. Someone might say, Shadi, why are we going to study presentation techniques and how to teach literature? Because again, part of teaching literature is having the ability to lecture in an interesting way. And this is not an easy skill. This is a skill that needs a lot of training. Because some people can deliver, terrible lectures, and some people can deliver very, very interesting lectures. So again, lecturing in an interesting way is also something that you're going to learn on this course. And what might be surprising to some people is that you're going to receive about 2 phonology sessions on the course. Can you imagine that? I mean, someone might say, Shadi, why are we going to study phonology if we're going to study literature? What's the point? And I would say, remember that you will need to learn original pronunciation. What do we mean by original pronunciation? It's the pronunciation of William Shakespeare. And again, that is not easy. That requires a lot of study. So again, phonology is also part of the How to Teach Literature course. Now, so again, as you see, the input session covers about 9 frameworks. They also covers very specific sessions focusing on different literature genres. But not only that, also there are phonology sessions to teach you how to pronounce Shakespearean works the way Shakespeare used to speak, right? In addition to this, there will be presentation skills included for lecturing and also essay writing. Good, lovely. Now, someone might ask about assessment. And I would say, because it's a teaching course, you are assessed via teaching and delivering TPs as well, teaching practices. And you are required to deliver 4 teaching practices. And you need at least to pass 2 out of 4 in order to pass the course. And the 4 teaching practices have to focus on 4 different literature genres. So you will need to deliver, for example, a lesson teaching poetry, a lesson teaching drama, a lesson teaching shorter story, a lesson teaching this and that, right? And also part of that will be delivering an effective lecture, okay, using the different presentation techniques. So again, this is how you're going to be assessed on that course. Now, the course is actually accredited by London Teacher Training College. And in terms of more information, the course is already available on Britishey website, so you can go to Britishey.com and see the prices and see the content and see how the certificate looks like. Everything is there as well. Okay, thank you so much, my friends. See you inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.